Every year, nearly $29 trillion flows through the world's payment cards. That's about the size of the entire US economy. The NFL, the biggest sports league on earth? Next to this, you can't even see it. So how did a slab of plastic get this huge, and where does all that money go? It makes money in exactly 3 ways. And the most profitable customer isn't the responsible one. Let's follow the money. Here's the key. Your card issuer is a lender. When you buy something, the bank pays the store for you instantly. And now, you owe the bank. So who's taking the risk here? Not the store. They already have their money. The bank is. If you never pay it back, that's their loss. And carrying that risk, for millions of people, is the entire business. They get paid for it 3 ways. Stream 1 is the one you never see. On a $100 purchase, the store doesn't get $100. It keeps about $98. The other $2 split 3 ways. And the biggest slice goes straight to your bank. And here's a surprise. Visa and Mastercard, the famous names, keep almost nothing. Around 0.14%. The big slice goes to the bank that issued your card. Which is why the fancier the card, the more the store pays. A premium rewards card can cost a merchant up to 2.3%. Your points were never free. The store funds them and bakes the cost into the price for everyone. Now for Stream 2, interest, the big one. And here's the secret. The card industry has a word for the people who pay their bill in full every month. Deadbeats. Because they earn the bank no interest at all. The customer they actually want is the revolver, the one who carries a balance. And revolvers are everywhere. About half of all US card accounts carry a balance from month to month, and they generate the lion's share of the profit. Because the rates are brutal. In America, the average card now charges a record 25% a year, and that interest can compound daily. Interest, charged on top of interest. So if you only ever pay the minimum, watch what happens. On a $5,000 balance, you can end up paying more in interest than the thing you actually bought cost in the first place. That gap is pure profit. Add it all up, and in 1 year, Americans paid about $160 billion just in credit card interest. It is, by far, the biggest way cards make money. Stream 3 is fees. In the US, that's annual fees, cash advance fees, foreign transaction fees, and the biggest, late fees. Together, a record $31 billion in a single year. And they fall hardest on the people already struggling. And to keep you spending, they dangle a hook. Points, miles, cash back. It feels like the card is paying you. But that money has to come from somewhere. Here's where. Stores raise their prices to cover swipe fees, so everyone pays them, even people paying with cash. And those rewards mostly flow to wealthier cardholders. By one Federal Reserve estimate, about $15 billion a year quietly moves from poorer to richer. So step back, and you'll spot the trap. You actually pay for all of this twice. Once at the checkout, because the swipe fee is baked into the price of everything you buy, even if you pay in cash. And once to your bank, in interest and fees, whenever you carry a balance. 2 payments. Most people only ever notice one. So who owns the road all this money travels on? Almost every card on the planet runs on one of just 2 networks. Visa or Mastercard. They don't lend you a cent. They just own the rails and take a tiny cut of nearly every swipe on Earth. That tiny cut, times almost every transaction in the country, is an extraordinary business. 2 companies handle roughly 3/4 of all card payments in America. There's one famous exception. American Express runs its own network and issues its own cards, a closed loop. That's why it can charge merchants more, and why, for Amex, swipe fees actually matter more than interest. But step outside America, and this whole system suddenly looks strange. Much of the world skipped plastic entirely. In China, people pay by scanning a QR code with Alipay or WeChat. In India, they use UPI, a free, instant rail the government built. And it's enormous. India now runs over 100 billion of these payments a year, with no swipe fee at all. It's the model much of the world is now racing to copy. Which is why the card giants are now squeezed from 3 sides. Buy now, pay later that skips the card entirely. Real-time bank rails, like UPI and FedNow. And regulators trying to cap those swipe fees. The 30-year-old machine is not guaranteed to last. So the next time you tap that card, you'll see the whole machine. The store gets paid, the networks take their cut, and the bank is quietly betting you won't pay it all back. Like, share, and subscribe to Plainomics.